Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we have another romantic lesson. Kind of romantic.
A little romantic. We got a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they're apologizing to each other.
Okay, so it's a very common situation, and we're going to be talking about love. We're also going to talk about different pet names that are commonly used in English.
That are used with your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Okay, very good. So let's listen to this dialogue for the first time and see what's happening with our couple.
Can we talk?
Sure, honey. We're talking now, aren't we?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
I want to know where this relationship is going. I'm in love with you, and I need to know...
You know, I think you're awesome.
I'm awesome. Well, I guess that's my answer, isn't it?
Honey.
Look, if you don't love me, it's not a thing, all right? We've had our laughs, but I don't appreciate... Well, maybe it's just time we...
Baby, I love you so much.
You do?
I love you, and I think you're awesome.
Oh, I love you too.
Come on, put the gun down.
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so romantic and dramatic.
Yeah, I think she really needed to hear that. Right, so I think she really wanted to hear, I love you.
Yeah, that's right. And there's some interesting phrases here in this dialogue. And today we're going to focus mostly on phrases. So why don't we start with Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
Okay, on Fluency Builder today, we are going to take a look at some of these phrases. And the first one is very important and very different.
So obviously this dialogue is about love, and we heard two different ways that this word is used. And the first one is to love someone.
Right, so he said, I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
We all pretty much understand what that means.
Right, but they also mentioned to be in love with someone.
Okay, so he said, I am in love with you.
I'm in love with you.
In love.
Okay, so what's the difference between to love and to be in love?
To be in love with someone means that you have these strong romantic feelings towards somebody.
That's right. So you can only be in love with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife.
So you can love your parents, you can love your family, but you can't be in love with them. You can only be in love with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife.
That's right.
Okay.
So moving on to the next phrase. Now, the girl asked her boyfriend, can we talk?
Can we talk?
Can we talk?
This is a very simple sentence.
Right, we know the meaning, right?
But why does she say, can we talk?
Okay, so you use this when you want to start a conversation about something serious.
Okay, so if you wanted to talk to me about my new shirt.
I wouldn't say, hey, Marco, can we talk? Oh, I really like your shirt. Where'd you get it?
Exactly, right?
It has to be serious.
It has to be serious. So usually, if somebody says, hey, can we talk? It means that there's going to be a serious topic.
Yeah, it's going to be probably bad news.
Maybe bad news.
Yeah.
So, can we talk? So, if your boyfriend or girlfriend tells you this, well, it's not a good sign.
That's right.
All right, and the last phrase that we have on Fluency Builder. You know what I mean.
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 All right, so again, this phrase is very simple to understand, right?
That's right.
So you know what I'm talking about.
You understand me.
But the interesting thing is that we can also make it a question.
And it's all about the change in tone.
Okay, so with this in mind, let's listen to two examples of the same phrase, but with different tones. And you try to see which one is the question.
Example 1.
I'm tired of doing nothing all day here at home. You know what I mean?
Example 2.
Come on, Charles. You know what I mean when I say that I don't like your friends.
Example 3.
I hate this class. It's so boring and tedious. You know what I mean?
All right, so we heard the examples and, well, maybe you guessed it right. The second example was the question.
That's right. You know what I mean?
Right. So basically, you're asking the person if they understand your idea or they understand what you're talking about. So maybe you can say, so the professor wasn't very clear on his instructions, so how was I supposed to do the homework? You know what I mean?
So you're asking me to confirm that I understand you.
My idea. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, and if it was a statement, I might say, hey, I don't like going to your mom's house.
So I would say, what? What do you mean? Why?
You know what I mean.
Right. So I perfectly understand or know the reasons why you don't like going to my mom's
like
house.
I don't have to tell you. You know what I mean.
All right. Very good. So you know what I mean. Great. So we've taken a look at these 4 phrases. They're very simple, but the way that you use them gives them different meanings.
That's right.
All right, so let's listen to our dialogue for the second time. Let's slow it down a little bit, and then we'll come back and look at some more phrases.
Can we talk?
Sure, honey. We're talking now, aren't we?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
I want to know where this relationship is going. I'm in love with you, and I need to know...
You know, I think you're awesome.
I'm awesome. Well, I guess that's my answer, isn't it?
Honey.
Look, if you don't love me, it's not a thing, all right? We've had our laughs, but I don't appreciate... Well, maybe it's just time we...
Baby, I love you so much.
You do?
I love you, and I think you're awesome.
Oh, I love you too.
Come on, put the gun down.
Oh, baby. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so now it's time for us to take a look at some more phrases, but this time we're going to look at them in putting it together.
Putting it together.
Okay, we're going to see how we can use these phrases in a few different situations. So the girl wanted to talk to her boyfriend because she wanted to know where this relationship is going.
Right. Where is this relationship going?
Where is this relationship going?
So she wants to know what's going to happen, or
what's the future?
What's the future of this relationship?
Yep.
Are we going to get married? Or
Yep.
we just what's happening?
Yep.
So why don't we listen to some examples with different nouns and how we can use this phrase?
Example 1.
I don't know where my career is going in this company. I don't see any potential for growth.
Example 2.
This movie is so confusing. I have no idea where the plot is going.
Example 3.
We have been in this meeting for over 2 hours and I still don't know where it's going.
Okay, so again, this phrase is just asking about the future of something.
Right. So where the future of this movie? Where is this movie going?
Yeah, what's happening?
Right. What's going to happen?
Yep.
Or your career, etc.
Yep. Okay, and so the girl, she was talking a little bit about her feelings, and she said, maybe it's just time we...
Okay, so this phrase isn't complete yet.
Yeah.
We need to finish it.
Yeah.
But she is basically saying, maybe we should do this. Mm-hmm. How can we finish the phrase?
All right, so she could say, maybe it's just time we break up.
All right, or I can say, maybe it's time we have a baby.
Ooh, Marco.
All right.
Or even, maybe it's time we go home.
Okay, so it's getting late, let's go home. Maybe
Yeah.
it's time we go home.
Yeah.
So this is how we can finish this phrase. And what about our last phrase?
So she also said, we've had our laughs.
Okay, so that means we've had our good times.
Yep.
Okay.
But we can change this to, we've had our ups and downs.
Okay, or we've had our moments. Mm-hmm. Right? So that means we've had our good moments and our bad moments.
That's right. Or we've had our issues.
Okay, so that means we've had some problems,
Yeah.
we've had some difficulties.
Mm-hmm. Or even we've had our moments.
Okay, so that means we've had...
Special times.
Yeah. So that means we've had our special times, special occasions
Yep.
that we will always remember.
That's right.
Okay.
So three really useful structures that you can change the words a little bit to slightly change the meaning.
Okay, so it's time for us to listen to our dialogue for the last time. Now we're ready to understand everything. And then we'll come back and give you some examples of pet names in English.
Can we talk?
Sure, honey. We're talking now, aren't we?
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
I want to know where this relationship is going. I'm in love with you, and I need to know...
You know, I think you're awesome.
I'm awesome. Well, I guess that's my answer, isn't it?
Honey.
Look, if you don't love me, it's not a thing, all right? We've had our laughs, but I don't appreciate... Well, maybe it's just time we...
Baby, I love you so much.
You do?
I love you, and I think you're awesome.
Oh, I love you too.
Come on, put the gun down.
Oh, baby. I'm so sorry.
All right, well, Marco, you mentioned this word pet names. And what exactly is that?
All right. So pet names aren't names for your dogs or your cats,
Okay,
right?
right.
They are those sweet names that you would call your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Okay, so like baby,
Okay. In our dialogue, we heard baby.
Yep.
Right? So we're not talking about a little
child.
no.
Yep.
This is usually how you would call maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend. Baby.
Or honey.
Honey, right?
Yep.
Hey, honey, or honey, I'm home.
Yep.
Right? But we also have other ones like sweetheart. Or
Darling.
darling.
Yeah.
Or what about sweetie? Or cutie.
Cutie. Oh.
So some of these phrases can be a little bit like cheesy, maybe like
A little too sweet.
too much.
Yeah.
Like smookums.
Snookums.
Snookums. Like snookums.
Okay.
Or honey bunny.
Oh, yeah.
We also have sweetie pie.
Yep.
Yeah. And some of them will make some up, right? Maybe they'll call their boyfriend Pooh Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, like Winnie the Pooh,
Yeah.
Pooh Bear.
I heard dumpling is a common one.
Also, it could be, you can make up your own phrase. You can make up your own pet names, right?
Yeah. So I want to hear from our listeners. Are there any common pet names in your language?
I know that in Spanish, we sometimes call we can sometimes call our girlfriend gorda, which
Okay.
actually means fat. But it's not in a bad way.
Really?
It's a sweet way of calling your girlfriend. So.
And I know in French you can say ma puce, which basically means my flea.
Yeah, so some of them, if you translate, you wouldn't really use in English. But let us know. Translate from your language or other ones that you've heard maybe in movies or talk shows. And come to our website, Englishpod.com.
Yep. Leave your questions there, as well as your pet names. And Marco and I are always happy to see you there.
Okay, until next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Hello, English learners. Welcome to another great lesson with EnglishPod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
So, Erica, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. And I think we've got a good lesson today, a really helpful lesson.
What are we talking about today?
We have an elementary lesson about making an appointment.
All right, making an appointment. Yeah, that's really helpful. I guess you have to make appointments for the doctor or
At work, maybe, or with your
personal.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is language that you can use every day to make appointments.
Great. Well, so why don't we take a look at our vocabulary preview?
Vocabulary preview.
We only have one word today, which you need to know to understand this dialogue, and it is financial advisor.
Financial advisor.
Financial advisor.
So, what is a financial advisor?
A financial advisor is a person who gives suggestions or recommendations about investing money. Someone who wants you to put money in the stock market.
Okay, great. I guess we're ready now to listen to our dialogue for the first time. And as always, it's going to be at a normal speed, but you don't have to worry about it because
We'll come back and teach you all the important words.
Hello, Fairbrook Consulting. How may I help you?
Yes, this is Julianne Horton, and I'm calling to arrange an appointment with Miss McNeely.
Certainly. What day were you thinking of?
How's Thursday? Does she have any time available then?
Let me double check. Unfortunately, she's booked solid on Thursday. How does next Monday work for you?
Actually, I've got something scheduled on Monday. Can she do Tuesday?
Sure, Tuesday's perfect. May I ask where you're calling from?
Sure, Merton Financial Advisors.
Oh. Actually, Tuesday's no good. Sorry about that.
Well, I guess Ms. McNeely does not want to speak to any financial advisors.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't really want to invest in the stock market, huh?
Or maybe she just gets too many phone calls from them.
Yeah. If you have money, I guess you'll get phone calls from people like that.
I guess we don't have that problem, hey?
No, we don't. Okay, let's start with our language takeaway for today.
Language takeaway.
So 4 words today. The first one is available.
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 Meaning
that you are not busy.
that you're free.
You're free. You're not busy.
Exactly. Let's move to our next word. Double check.
Double check.
Double check.
Double check.
I think we've got some examples of this phrase.
Example 1.
Hey, I was wondering if you're available to meet up sometime this week. I really need your input on a few things for the project.
Let me double-check my calendar. I'm tied up with some meetings until Wednesday, but I could make time Thursday afternoon. Would that work for you?
Thursday afternoon sounds perfect. I was hoping we could go over the latest drafts and make sure we're on the same page before the presentation next week.
Yeah, that should be doable. I've got the files with me, so we can go through them and adjust anything that needs fine-tuning.
That's great to hear. I was also thinking about adding a few more slides to the presentation, but I'm not sure if it's doable with the time we have left. What do you think?
It might be tight, but if we focus on the key points, I think we can make it work. I'll prioritize the slides that need the most attention and we can streamline the rest.
Sounds like a plan. I'm glad you're available to help with this. I've been juggling a lot lately, so having you on board really makes a difference.
Of course, I'm happy to help. I know things can get hectic, but I think once we've got a solid draft, it'll be much easier to wrap up the final details. Just let me know if anything else comes up.
I will. Thanks again. Thursday at 2 p.m.
Perfect. I'll see you then.
Okay, so double check basically means to check something twice.
Exactly, to check it again.
Check it again. Okay. Our third word for language takeaway today is scheduled.
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 Scheduled. So when you have something scheduled, it means that you have something
Planned.
right?
Yeah, or booked at that time.
Booked at that time.
Yeah, we've got a lunch scheduled this afternoon, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right.
A great lunch. Looking forward to it. And our last word for today is booked solid.
Booked solid.
Booked solid.
B-O-O-K-E-D. Booked solid.
So we have some great examples on how you can use this great phrase, booked solid, and you can understand what it means.
Hey, I wanted to see if you're free for lunch tomorrow to go over the new project proposal. Are you available around noon?
I'd love to, but my day's actually scheduled with back-to-back meetings. I'm pretty much booked solid until late afternoon.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize you had such a packed schedule. Sounds like you've got a lot on your plate. Would any time tomorrow work at all, or should we try for another day?
Unfortunately, tomorrow's not looking great. I've got conference calls in the morning, and then a few client meetings in the afternoon. I'm basically booked solid, but I do have an hour free Thursday afternoon around 3 p.m. Would that work?
Thursday at 3 sounds good. I need to run through some of the client feedback with you, and I was hoping we could finalize a few details before the presentation next week.
Perfect. I've actually got some time scheduled for project reviews around then, so I can definitely make it work. I'll just have to make sure I'm not running late from my other meetings.
No worries. I know how tight things can get. I'll keep it brief. I'm just hoping to get your input on a couple of revisions. Shouldn't take more than 30 minutes.
That sounds manageable. I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed with everything on my plate, but I'm happy to prioritize this. I just don't want to fall behind on other tasks, especially with how booked solid I've been this week.
I totally get it. I'll make sure we stick to the agenda and keep things focused. Thanks for fitting me in even with your schedule being so packed.
Of course, I know we need to get this wrapped up. Just remind me the morning of Thursday, though things can get crazy, and I might forget with all the other meetings I've got scheduled.
Will do. I'll send you a quick reminder. Thanks again for making time.
No problem. See you Thursday at 3. Looking forward to it.
Okay, great. So book solid basically is?
You have no free time, no available time.
Right.
So you've got appointments scheduled all day.
All day, great. So with this in mind, now we can listen to our dialogue a second time. This time it's going to be slow so we can
understand a little bit better.
Hello? Fairbrook Consulting. How may I help you?
Yes, this is Julianne Horton, and I'm calling to arrange an appointment with Ms. McNeely.
Certainly. What date were you thinking of?
How's Thursday? Does she have any time available then?
Let me double check. No, unfortunately she's booked solid on Thursday. How does next Monday work for you?
Actually, I've got something scheduled on Monday. Can she do Tuesday?
Sure. Tuesday's perfect. May I ask where you're calling from?
Sure. Merton Financial Advisors.
Oh. Actually, Tuesday's no good. Sorry about that.
Okay, so now it's a little bit more clear, and with this, we can start with putting it together.
Putting it together.
There's some great examples in this dialogue of phrases you can use when you need to schedule an appointment. And we're going to look at those today. In the dialogue, we heard Julianne ask about making an appointment, and she said this.
I'm calling to arrange an appointment with Ms. McNeely. I'm calling to arrange an appointment with Ms. McNeely.
So this is a great way to schedule an appointment, to ask for some time from somebody else.
Yeah, and we have some more examples of this phrase.
Hi, I was wondering if you're available to meet up sometime this week.
Hey, sure, that sounds good. What day were you thinking?
I was thinking maybe Thursday. Does that work for you?
Thursday could work. Do you have a specific time in mind?
How about around 3 p.m.?
I think I might be busy then. Would earlier in the day work, like around 11 a.m.?
11 a.m. on Thursday should work for me. Where would you like to meet?
There's that new cafe near the park. How about there?
That sounds perfect. So, Thursday at 11 a.m. at the cafe near the park.
Yes, that's right. I'll see you there.
Great. Looking forward to it. Thanks for being flexible with the time.
No problem at all. See you on Thursday.
Great. So after that, when you're scheduling an appointment, you need to suggest a day when maybe that person has time.
Yes, let's listen to what they said in the dialogue.
How's Thursday? Does she have any time available then? How's Thursday? Does she have any time available then?
You say, well, how's Thursday or how's Tuesday? And maybe that person doesn't have time that day, so they'll say something like this.
Can she do Tuesday? Can she do Tuesday?
Okay, Erica, so if I want to have a meeting with you, I would say, how's Monday sound? Or how's Monday?
Monday's no good. I'm busy all day.
How's Tuesday?
Sorry, Tuesday's no good either.
What about Wednesday?
Okay, Wednesday works.
All right, great.
Wednesday's perfect.
Okay, great. So we have a meeting on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, those are some great phrases, hey, for scheduling an appointment.
Yeah, they're really good. Okay, so now we can listen to our dialogue a third time, and we're ready to understand everything that we've just talked about.
Hello? Fairbrook Consulting. How may I help you?
Yes, this is Julianne Horton, and I'm calling to arrange an appointment with Miss McNeely.
Certainly. What day were you thinking of?
How's Thursday? Does she have any time available then?
Let me double check. Unfortunately, she's booked solid on Thursday. How does next Monday work for you?
Actually, I've got something scheduled on Monday. Can she do Tuesday?
Sure, Tuesday's perfect. May I ask where you're calling from?
Sure, Merton Financial Advisors.
Oh. Actually, Tuesday's no good. Sorry about that.
The language in this dialogue is really useful, isn't it, Marco?
Yeah, it's from an everyday situation. You always have to make appointments at some point.
Yes, and like we said earlier, it's language you can use when you need to talk about work with your boss, maybe.
Right.
Or when you need to do daily things like go to the doctor. Or even when you're planning something with your friends.
Right.
Yeah, you can use this in all those situations.
In all situations.
Uh-huh.
Great. Well, we're out of time now, but I hope you enjoyed our lesson and found it useful.
Please listen to this conversation to understand better all the words.
Hello, I was hoping we could meet sometime this week. Are you free?
Hey, I'd love to meet, but my week's pretty packed. Let me check my schedule. All right, I have a few openings, but I should double check them. When were you thinking?
I understand. Sounds like you're booked solid. I was hoping for something by Thursday, if possible. Maybe late afternoon.
Let's see. Oh, actually, Thursday afternoon is completely full. I have back-to-back meetings all day. I could try Friday instead.
Friday might work. Let me take a look at my schedule as well. I actually have a few things already planned, but I think I could make time in the afternoon. Would, say, 3 p.m. work for you?
Let me double-check. Yes, I think that could work. But I just remembered, I have a meeting that might run a little late. Could we make it 3:30 p.m., just to be safe?
Sure, 3:30 p.m. on Friday sounds good to me. I'll make a note of it.
Great. I'm glad we could find a time. Scheduling can be such a challenge sometimes. Thanks for being flexible.
Definitely. It's always a bit of a juggling act, isn't it? I'm just glad we could find something that fits. So, Friday at 3:30 p.m., do we need to confirm the location, or do we already have it set?
Good point. Let's meet at the downtown cafe, the one near the main office. I think it'll be a quiet spot for a change.
Perfect. I know the one. It's usually pretty calm in the afternoons. I'll put that down too, just so everything's clear.
Same here. I'll add it to my calendar as well. And I'll double-check everything the night before, just in case anything changes on my end.
Good idea. I'll do the same. Looking forward to it. Thanks again for helping with the planning. It feels good to have this appointment scheduled.
Agreed. And if anything comes up, let's just give each other a heads up. I'm looking forward to catching up.
Sounds like a plan. See you Friday at 3:30 at the cafe.
See you then.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
To arrange. An agreement to meet someone at a particular time.
Appointment.
Not busy. Willing to talk to someone.
Available.
Check again.
Double check.
Having no available place or time.
Booked solid.
Be okay.
Work for you.
Planned at a specific time.
Scheduled.
Not okay.
No good. Let's try that faster.
To arrange. Be okay.
Work for you.
Not okay.
No good.
Be okay.
Work for you.
To arrange. Be okay.
Work for you.
Check again.
Double check.
Be okay.
Work for you.
Check again.
Double check.
An agreement to meet someone at a particular time.
Appointment.
Check again.
Double check.
To arrange. Be okay.
Work for you.
Check again.
Double check.
Planned at a specific time.
Scheduled. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Appointment. Can you make an appointment for me to see the doctor? Booked solid. I can't get a hotel room. They're booked solid until after the new year. Double check. I thought that I sent that email already, but let me double check. Available. I am available at 3. Let's meet then. Work for you. I'm free at 10. Does that work for you? No good. Tuesday's no good. I have meetings all day. Appointment. Can you make an appointment for me to see the doctor? Booked solid. I can't get a hotel room. They're booked solid until after the new year.